Year one was not a joke. It was not easy. Transitioning took a long time because I really had to figure out. I'm like, okay, this is for the whole family. This is not something that's just for our husband as an individual. Assalamu alaikum, peace. It's Fatimah, Coach Fatimah, 1/3 of Outstanding Personal Relationships and co-author of the book, Let's Talk Polygyny Uncensored. Now, in this video, y'all, I'm going to tackle another pressing, major, important topic. It's been emailed, it's been DM'd, it's been brought to our attention. And I'm going to address it. Now, the topic is to be or not to be one big poly family. It's a valid question. It's a valid concern. And, you wonder, should I get close? Should I not? Should we just act like we're one big happy family and we're not? Should we just be one big happy family and we are? That is all relative to your situation. It's hard to say if co-wives are battling it out. Depends on how things were done initially. Depends on if the husband has the confidence enough to try to bring everyone together. That's a huge step. That's a huge endeavor. It's a tall order. It's not always easy because everybody doesn't want that. Maybe people want it separate but equal. What I found with the separate but equal thing, now there's geography that causes separation. There's attitudes. There's finance. There's hurt, pain. There is certain judgments, certain assumptions. Maybe that's not the best thing right now. Maybe that's not forever. Maybe. But with that being said, what I found personally is if it was, in our case, separate but equal, two families, that would have been very difficult for my children to bond with their siblings and bonus siblings. It would have hurt them. I knew that my sons wanted to be close to their brothers. I knew that my daughters wanted to be close to their brothers because they have that mothering nature because they're older. They want a mother. That's their little brother, and I didn't want to stand in the way of that. I wanted these children that we have to come out very well rounded. If we can help it, if we can support them in wanting to have this closeness and be feeling as though they're truly siblings, and they are. And our boys, especially in every sense of the word, they have the same father, they have the same support system. My bonus babies, I love them to death. We all support them. We don't treat one child above another. We don't treat one child lesser than their children. Some of them, again, are young adults. We treat each other with the respect that they deserve, not just us as their parents. Y'all gonna respect us and we poly and you just gonna get in where you fit in. Everybody has a voice. Everybody needs to be listened to, supported, and heard. If they have a concern, it's our concern. It's the family's concern. It's not just, well, y'all deal with that, y'all grown. You knew what this was. That ain't how that works. It does not work that way. They still had to process. They still had to go through their healing and learning. And we still had to be there for them. They had to be patient with us. We had to be patient with them. We had to understand them. We had to listen and know that they're young people trying to figure it out. And it wasn't nothing where we didn't never talk about polygyny. Of course we did. It's part of our culture. But it's different talking about a thing and being in it. See, a lot of people could talk, well, if I had did it, I would have did it this way. Well, you know what? It wasn't your test then. But that doesn't mean it might not be. So it's easy to be on the outside looking in and saying, well, you need to fix that. I saw that coming. Well, you on the outside. Of course, you might have saw that coming. And a lot of people on the inside see things coming too. But that doesn't mean we have the tools to deal with it while we're new to something. I ain't never hopped on no bike and just rode it. No, I fell down a lot. I got the scars to prove it. But and this ain't just as simple as riding a bike. If it was so simple, it would be done much quicker and more efficiently. You still gonna get scraped up, yes. But riding bikes ain't polygyny, but it's an example. When we're learning things, it's a process. So coming together as one big family is a process if that's what you want to do. And like I said, maybe geography keeps you apart, maybe personality differences and attitudes. But I found that in my case, in the case of our family, that hurt more than it helped. Okay. And nobody wished for that. Nobody wished for everything to just be separate. That was not the goal. The goal was not to be separate but equal for us. And nobody can make you do anything. You do what you need to do. You grown. Like, we're not here to raise people. We're just here to kind of raise the bar and say, look, just look at all angles, look at all sides, and take into account of what will be helpful versus what may hurt, especially children in the end. Because I would hate I knew what it was like to be separated from my siblings. My paternal grandparents raised me, and my mother raised the rest of my siblings. And then my dad had his children, and I had siblings over there. So I knew what it was like to feel like I was alone and nobody kind of knew me. But I knew I had all these siblings, but I didn't really know much about them because I reconnected with my mother when I was 15. The same year I met Coach Nazir. So I met him, I met my mother, and reconnected with her the same year. So I know what it's like to be that second child that feels like they're the oldest child because the other children aren't around. I didn't want that for my children. Coach Nazir didn't want that. Coach Nyla definitely did not want that. She knows how to blend a family. She comes from that. I mean, I really don't think, I think it's so natural for her that this was such a great fit because she knew how to kind of melt everything together. Although it was not easy, it was not an easy feat because you got to have people that are willing to do the same. And I wasn't. I was like, nah, you keep that over there. And that was the early stages. Because remember, guys, you're looking at our year 12. You're not looking at our year 1. Our year 1 was not a joke.
Assalamu alaikum. Peace. I'm Coach Fatimah, one of the co-founders of Outstanding Personal Relationships. And I'm here to talk to you about the Nourishing Fulfillment Counseling Program. What I do is help women from all walks of life obtain information in the areas of relationship wellness, emotional resilience, self-confidence, and inner discovery for best results for their future success. Growth is about implementation for best practices, for best results for your future. So the Nourishing Fulfillment Counseling Program is here for you to help you kind of weed through some of those negative thoughts of self-limiting beliefs so that you can move forward and attain your goals so that you live a truly fulfilling life. So if you want to join me for my Nourishing Fulfillment Counseling Program, be sure that you visit me at CoachFatimah.com for details and start your Nourishing Fulfillment Counseling session today. I'll see you and I look forward to working with you. Assalamu alaikum. Peace.
It was not easy. Transitioning took a long time because I really had to figure out, I'm like, okay, this is for the whole family. This is not something that's just for our husband as an individual. I had to do my self-study. I had to do all kinds of stuff. We all did, but I really like to speak on my experience because I was there. You know, there's so much of my life that my children and my husband weren't there for in every moment. That would require them to live here. They can't do that. So and they ain't gonna want to do that. You know, I live with a bunch of introverts, and to live inside my brain for 2 seconds, they'd be like, nope, let me out. It's too much going on. So I get that. All jokes aside, we all decided that And Coach Nazir really led the charge on bringing us together. And Eid was one of the times that where it was weird because we all were there. And I'm like, this is good for our children. This is good for healing. This is good for them awkward moments. You know, the more we come together, the easier it will become. And it just was. It just was. And I remember him telling me that, you know, this was going to be the Eid where we all were there. And his leadership was gentle with those things. It was so gentle with those things. He's like, he's such a CEO lawyer to me. And I see the vision because it's like, oh man, we all got that. It's a precious thing to witness. It's a precious thing to be a part of. It's fragile. It has fragility within it. So you have to be careful how you transport it. You got to be careful how you hold it close to you. So I admired the fact that he brought us all together. I really, really do. It was not something that was super easy, like I said, but I'm like, this is something that is necessary. And the more we did it, the better it felt. Because I'm like, okay, this is such an awesome icebreaker. Because see, it's Eid, and then ain't too many people gonna act stupid on Eid. You know, I wasn't going to. My co-wife definitely wasn't going to. It was about celebrating our holiday. If for those of you that are not familiar with it, it marks the end of Ramadan, our fasting month, and then we have another Eid. So those are the times we came together, and I like that our children remember those times being on those holidays. And we came together in between those holidays too, but to be dressed up and to have this good energy around our family and in our community and the support of our community. Because the more they saw this, they were coming out in their poly families and going, okay, well they here, well we gonna come too. And I love that. I really love that. And I've had people say, you know what, we came to eat together because we saw y'all do it last year. I'm like, what? It take a lot for me to cry, y'all, but that meant so much because it wasn't about us, but it was about that influence and it helped someone else. That's what felt good. So yes, being one big family takes time. Being one big family, it's got to be a desire, I think, for more than one person. It takes intention. It takes to kind of look at your kids and go, I wonder what they want. I wonder what will help. I wonder what will make them feel closer to their sibling. I wonder. That doesn't mean you got to be up under each other all the time. Me and my co-wife are not up under each other all the time. First of all, we would talk each other to death. Be two people laying there with their mouth hanging open, died because they didn't talk to each other to death. Because she can talk, I can talk. And we like talking to one another because we don't make it about, we just man wives and that's all we'll ever be. We don't do that. It's part of our life. That's not our whole life. Piece of our life. So we share all types of things just as women that are married and that are mothers and that are daughters and aunties and all types of stuff. Okay. So siblings we got siblings. Me and her got so many siblings between us. It's not even funny. And we're not siblings, y'all. Just for clarification. Some people think we're related and we're not. So yes, just think about what you want for the future. Think about what is best. Think about working on you because you can't fix nobody else. Think about those things. Have a hard conversation. Have some support. Have some ideas. Ask your children, do they want to see their siblings? Do they want to become closer? Get to know one another? Sometimes it takes all the adults to help the children. It just does. I mean, it's not sometimes, but I see now what teamwork, cooperation, togetherness can do for a family of so many, especially our babies, especially our children. You give them so much freedom when you listen to them and try to understand that I know it's not easy, but I would like for us to be a family and try to work together and help each other. So hope you guys got some gems from that. It's much needed. Let's open up the discussion. And along with that, make sure you guys are following us on our socials. If you're not already, comment, like, subscribe. Make sure you follow us, hit that notification bell so you get notified every time we upload, okay? So let's get to the social media. So on YouTube and Facebook, we're Outstanding Personal Relationships. And on IG, we're Outstanding Relationships, because they won't let us have the personal part, y'all. They said it was too long. So with that, I'm going to leave you guys with a little GLC. But before I do, in the comments, let's put poly families matter. Because we do. We're not going to act like we're not families, and we are, for those of us that really want to be, and for those of us that are still figuring it out, that's okay. It's okay. So make sure you guys watch our videos and subscribe and share this video. So with that, I'm going to leave you with that GLC as promised. Make sure you're growing intentionally, loving fearlessly, and connecting on a higher level every single day. I'm Coach Fatimah. I will see y'all in the next one. Assalamu alaikum. Peace.